Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Thursday, June 20th. Yes, we are joined by Art Jarrett today. New friend, new meteorologist. We're very excited to have you.
I hope I didn't scare you sitting here. You're like, you've been by yourself for so long.
I know,
right?
I'm not used to any human beings in here, but no, happy to have you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I tell you what, I have come from Louisiana, where Derek Sibley is now working.
Yeah.
I'm also from California originally, so I grew up there. And of course, I love weather. And of course, I want to get to your forecast. How about that?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so funny. So you worked at the station where our old morning met. Derek Sibley went.
Right,
you guys
right.
are friends. You guys have eaten great food together.
Oh my goodness, as I mentioned earlier, this guy loves to eat, and he eats so fast. By the time I was halfway through my meal, he was already done. He's like, come on, man, hurry up. I'm like, dude, I'm eating.
That is so funny.
So,
Never
yeah,
knew that about
he's
Derek.
a really good man.
Yes, he is. Well, we are glad to have you here, Art, and just tell us what we can expect today in the forecast.
All right, thank you, by the way. And as we get into it here, what we're looking at is a nice day of 70s, holding on to at least some really good weather right about now. So you're going out to walk your dog, you've got it going on for you. All right, take a look here. What's happening? We're looking at those 70s getting into the picture, and we're also going to be seeing the possibility of a little bit of rainfall working into your forecast. We are talking at least around the late morning hours, early afternoon. It's in the form of some light showers, maybe some sprinkles for your forecast. Up in Eau Claire, though, you are looking at more of the latter portion of the day, getting into your rainfall potential. Here's a look here, getting a little bit closer here. You're also seeing some of those showers down by portions of Prairie du Chien down to our south. As we get into it here, we're also going to be seeing that dry slot. So it's holding up the weather, working its way into our area. It's going to get to Minneapolis first, then that's going to break down, fill in, and we'll see more of that rainfall on the way for us. And we do have the first day of summer coming into the picture, so as we hold on to your forecast, we're looking at about 350 for your new summer forecast coming up. Summer begins. Back to you.
All right, Art, thank you. We'll see you in just a bit. Starting now with a quick travel alert to let you know about. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is advising westbound Interstate 90 is closed at Highway C at this hour due to a semi-rollover crash. You see in this live look, you can see all the traffic there on the road. The agency is advising that if you do need to take this way, you should take Highway C to Highway 12 to get around the crash and the traffic. The agency estimates the interstate will be closed for more than 2 hours, but if it does open before then, we will let you know. Happening today, the Minnesota Department of Transportation warns of traffic delays on the new Highway 61 bridge over the Canadian Pacific Railway today and tomorrow from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Crews will be transporting and setting 9 new support beams. Flaggers will reduce traffic to 1 lane as each semi carrying a beam arrives. The road will be shut down for about 5 minutes while each beam is laid into position, then reopened until the next truck arrives. Millions of people across the U.S. are living in a location under an excessive heat warning or advisory today, and experts are warning it may only be getting hotter. CBS's Duarte Geraldino is tracking this potentially deadly weather from New York.
More than a dozen cities hit new record highs on Wednesday. In Maine, a local splash pad proved a good place to stay cool.
I get to get wet, and I like this place because it has a park, too.
A lingering heat dome is prompting officials in several states to activate emergency operations and open cooling centers. According to the National Weather Service, today, more than 80 million people will be under heat alerts.
Staying cool is a process this week.
In Michigan, Sherman Lake Summer Camp staff developed a heat plan.
We changed our schedule a little bit to have the hottest part of the day inside in our large gymatorium, and then just a lot more water jugs around. We're doing popsicle delivery, which is always fun to give a little bit of joy.
For people with outdoor jobs like these Vermont construction workers, there's little choice but to brave it.
Oh yeah, it's hasn't even hit what they say it's supposed to, and it's gonna get worse.
Gerhard Arndt owns the Pennsylvania Lawn Care Service, and he offered a useful tip for everyone as the heat wave rages on.
Tomorrow's hydration starts tonight. So when you're finished your day, make sure you're going home and you're staying properly hydrated.
Sage advice as this heat wave continues to intensify.
And Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a new partnership pact. That pact replaces previous agreements signed in 1961 and the early 2000s. A spokesperson said the need for the comprehensive strategic partnership was due to the evolving geopolitical situation in the world and region and bilateral ties between the two nations. A full copy has not been released, but the spokesperson says the pact will comply with international law, will not be directed at any specific countries, and aims to ensure stability in the Northeast Asia region. The White House is bracing for an upcoming Supreme Court ruling on abortion. This one focuses on whether federal law to provide emergency care can override state abortion bans. The Biden administration sued the state of Idaho, arguing federal law would require the state to allow and override its abortion ban if it's needed to stabilize a patent. Idaho argued stabilize a patient rather. Idaho argued the administration is trying to retrofit the federal law known as EMTALA to create a nationwide abortion mandate in hospital emergency rooms. In advance of the SCOTUS ruling, HHS launched a website for people to file EMTALA violation complaints. A panel of UW La Crosse professors heard arguments on whether former Chancellor Joe Gao should be stripped of his tenure. Gao has already lost the chancellor position for appearing in online pornography with his wife, but he's held on to his role as a tenured faculty member. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit has the details from the hearing.
We have the truth on our side.
A tense day at the Omni Center as former Chancellor Joe Gao defended himself while UW system attorneys argued he should lose his tenure.
Well, it sure feels like a criminal case.
Well, I mean, I'm not the one who's admitted to illegal activities in my book, so nor is the university.
All right, let's have the conversation and we'll see where it goes.
Gao faces 3 charges: unethical conduct, failure to cooperate with an investigation, and engaging with pornographic materials on UW La Crosse computers.
Even though the burden of proof is on the administration, I'm deeply grateful for my opportunity to show just how irrelevant, inconsequential, misleading, distorted, and downright false their charges against me are.
UW attorneys called 5 witnesses to testify, one being Communication Studies Department Chair Linda Dickmeyer. She shared concerns for the students who would end up in Gao's classes if he kept his tenure, and added he struggles to separate his personal and professional lives.
I do not want Dr. Gao to teach in our department based on my past experience and observations of having him in the classroom.
At one point, Gao was asked to testify. It came as a surprise to him.
Are we playing by the rules of the legal system or not?
Gao eventually agreed to be a witness. A chunk of his testimony focused on the books he wrote under pseudonyms with his wife Carmen Wilson. Gao says the books are based on a true story instead of completely factual.
So those were not truthful statements that appeared in your books?
Some things are capital T true, other things are not.
The last witness to testify, Interim Chancellor Betsy Morgan, who said the scandal has hurt the university's reputation.
Everywhere I go, people are concerned. Besides just the jokes, which are no longer funny, but we don't want to be known as Porn U.
On Thursday, Gao will make his case. The only witness he plans to call? Betsy Morgan.
And I have some material obtained by Freedom of Information Act request, text exchanges between the interim chancellor and other officials that will clarify exactly what happened. We feel confident about what we'll present tomorrow.
And the hearing will enter its second day today. Then the board will send their recommendation to Interim Chancellor Morgan. She can then decide if she wants to send a recommendation to dismiss Gao to the UW Board of Regents. If that does happen, the board will hold its own hearing at a later date. A 17-year-old boy is dead and another 15-year-old injured in a shooting after a Juneteenth concert in Milwaukee last night. The Milwaukee Sheriff's Office says fights were breaking out at the concert before the shooting. They say about 50 teens were fighting. A plainclothes detective shot at the 17-year-old suspect but did not hit him. He was later caught after trying to run from the scene, and investigators say he was out on bail at the time of the incident. An Eau Claire woman is in custody for helping a homicide suspect avoid capture. Eau Claire police say 54-year-old Candace Rogers was charged with harboring homicide suspect Jerome Jacobs in her vehicle. Jacobs is wanted for a shooting incident in Madison. Eau Claire police say they pulled Jacobs over last week and he ran to a wooded area. Jacobs then met Rogers on Water Street where she hid him in her car and drove off. The search for Jacobs is still underway. He is believed to be armed. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. Elijah Vu, the 3-year-old toddler who's been missing since February, has not been found, despite what social media posts are saying. In a statement on Facebook, the Two Rivers police chief posted, quote, "Spreading false and misleading information is disrespectful to the family of Elijah and detracts from our efforts in locating him," end quote. Two Rivers police say search efforts are still underway. Vu's mother, Katrina Bauer, and her boyfriend, Jesse Vang, are facing charges of child neglect. Police have arrested a suspect in relation to an armed robbery in La Crosse. 18-year-old Hunter Walls is facing multiple charges, including armed robbery and first-degree recklessly endangering safety. According to the criminal complaint, on June 8th, Walls and two other men allegedly attempted an armed robbery in which they fired 2 shots after not getting any money. One victim believed the dispute had something to do with their relative owing the suspects $10,000 in drug money. If convicted, Walls faces a maximum of 65 years in prison. His preliminary hearing is set for today. The U.S. has reattached a problematic pier designed to help deliver aid to Gaza. On June 14th, the pier was temporarily dismantled due to bad weather and rough seas. 2 officials say the pier has since been re-anchored. The Pentagon says the pier has allowed the delivery of 3,500 metric tons of aid. Some crew members of the Dali cargo ship will now be allowed to go home nearly 3 months after the vessel struck Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge. The entire crew has remained on the ship since the March 26 disaster. Earlier this week, attorneys for the city of Baltimore requested an emergency hearing asking for a judge to prevent them from leaving before being deposed in a legal claim filed by the city. According to court filings, part of the new deal guarantees the crew will be made available for depositions later this year, and they will also provide documents. The time now is 6:10. Still ahead on your morning news, Krispy Kreme announces a Friends-themed donut. The U.S. Senate passes a nuclear energy bill, and a new report says smoke could filter into the cabins of some Boeing planes. That's all coming up in your consumer news. And the Gopher State will soon issue licenses to dispensaries and other legal marijuana businesses. We'll break down Minnesota's brand new Office of Cannabis Management coming up. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Astronomers may be witnessing a never-before-seen event, a supermassive black hole roaring back to life. In 2019, astronomers noticed a spike in brightness in a galaxy over 300 million light years away. The team compared NASA data and telescope observations and found the galaxy has recently grown brighter. It even started to emit X-rays this year. They believe this is a black hole beginning to show activity. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news is next.
After I decided my pain was too much, and my doctor actually suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. Pretty amazing when they put the arch supports in your shoe and you walk around and you realize there's not pain, and you think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if arch supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
Now's the time to enjoy huge savings on outdoor furniture from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. From patio dining sets to sofas and chairs, they're all reduced to clearance prices. At Drury's, we have an eco-friendly mindset that's reflected in everything we sell. Environmentally friendly materials are important to us. And you'll be choosing from Homecrest and other quality brands, furniture that's designed to last. The Outdoor Clearance Event. It's happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
Our hearing connects us with people, and when that bridge is broken, our job is to help people with that hearing loss and reconnect them back with their lives again. We really feel that better hearing is a better life.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Ram is built to serve, and you'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Make this the summer with a Ram 1500. Stop into Pischke Motors now during our last call to see our great selection. These 2024 Ram 1500s are on clearance. Great prices. Get them before they're gone. With unparalleled durability, towing, hauling, Ram's 1500 has you covered. Hurry in. This offer ends June 30th.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
Hey, Dominic here to tell you that we have rubs. We have a chicken and pork rub, we have a sweet chicken and pork rub, and we have a beef rub. Our rubs cover everything from chicken wings to complex briskets. For some amazing pulled pork, take a pork butt, coat with mustard, season with the sweet chicken and pork rub, smoke at 225 degrees to an internal temp of 200 degrees. Let it rest and pull it apart. It's gonna take a while, so make a Bloody Mary using Please Name Bloody Mary mix. I don't think a day could get much better.
Hi, I'm Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. If you haven't been in this year, consider this your invitation to stop by. We'll be grilling out food, have special prizes for pre-registered guests, and test rides on the all-new Street Glide, Road Glide, and other 2024 models. Whether it's your first time on a bike or you've been riding for years, I want to invite you to stop into Great River Harley-Davidson.
All right, welcome back. As we start out, we've got some weak disorganized showers for the day. And of course, that's going to mean more along the lines of quiet before the storm. We're looking at more storms coming in for Thursday and for Saturday. But for right now, let's take a quick peek at what we've got going on for you. Over in La Crosse, we're looking at 5 p.m., 74 degrees. That'll be just around near our high today. And by 7 p.m., we're not changing much. We're also looking at the winds going from northeast to east. And eventually, we'll see by 10 p.m., you're looking at 70 degrees and then cooling back down to the upper 60s. More comfortable for you. Over in Eau Claire, we're looking at 73 degrees for you, and by the 5 o'clock hour, holding on to 71 degrees once you tap into at least 7. Holding on to the winds to be the same, cloudy conditions, and the possibility of storm activity as we get in the latter portion of the night, looking at all the way from 10 to 12. Those showers will start to move in, maybe a storm or two in the wee hours of the night as well. Zone forecast, you can see it kind of sliding around. We're looking at some 80s. Also driving a little bit higher, you can see the possibility of more of those 70s for us here locally, here getting down to La Crosse around 83. These may be just a little off, but we're also looking at the zone forecast. You're holding on to Lady Smith around 67 degrees and 74 for Chippewa Falls. All right, so as we go into how this all plays out, you can also see the possibility of some of that warmer air and the humidity that we've been talking about. You can see it all the way over by Washington and New York, as well as the Midwest, portions of the West Coast as well. I'll have more of your forecast coming up for you in a bit. Back to you.
In your consumer news this morning, this year is the 30th anniversary of the 90s sitcom Friends, and Krispy Kreme is honoring the iconic show in its special way. A brand new line of Friends-themed donuts. Krispy Kreme says they take inspiration from famous episodes and moments from the show. The sweet treats will be available for a limited time in the UK. And so far, no word from Krispy Kreme on whether the company will release the Friends-inspired donuts here in the States. The Senate approved a bipartisan bill to create more nuclear power in the U.S. The ADVANCE Act will make it easier, faster, and less expensive to build nuclear reactors. The act streamlines the permitting process by cutting fees and speeding up approval times. It encourages production of small nuclear reactors, which provide less energy. However, they take up less space and can be built in more locations. Bill Gates' TerraPower project in Wyoming has begun construction on small reactors. The new bill will help accelerate its design approval process. Newly obtained documents show Boeing knows a bird strike can cause its 737 MAX airplanes to fill with smoke. The manufacturer sent warnings to Southwest and American about the issue in February. Boeing says it has 2 reports of this happening. If a large bird hits one of the engines, it can cause oil to burn. Smoke and fumes from that burn may then enter the cabin through the plane's air conditioning system. The Federal Aviation Administration is aware of the problem and says it's working with Boeing on it. Minnesota is gearing up to issue some of the first cannabis licenses since lawmakers legalized weed last year. Caroline Cummings sat down with the interim cannabis chief about how the rollout is going.
Deputy Commissioner for the
Charlene Briner leads what she calls a scrappy startup.
As I say often, we are not bored at the Office of Cannabis Management.
The brand new government agency tasked with oversight of the legal cannabis market set to officially fire up next year. The Office of Cannabis Management, she says, is scaling up staff and getting ready to issue the first business licenses later this summer.
I would say that there is a high level of interest in the work that we're doing.
Next Monday, OCM will open up a process to verify if Minnesotans qualify as a social equity applicant. People like veterans, farmers just starting out, and those convicted of possession or sale of cannabis before it became legal. If approved, they can apply in July to be among the first considered for an early license through a lottery. There's a set number to be awarded.
Well, I think that people who don't make it through the lottery will likely be disappointed. However, it's not their only crack at the apple, right? This is pre-approval. There are going to be multiple additional rounds.
Thanks to changes at the Capitol this year, those given the green light to be cannabis cultivators can grow the first commercial plants this fall. Growers will still need approval from local governments and have an inspection before those seeds go into the ground.
We want to make sure that we're getting at least a number of months head start for the product to be grown, to be cultivated, to be processed, so that there is actually a product on retail shelves.
That's it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 6:19. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast. Hi, Art.
Hi, Alexandra. As we get into it here, this is what we're looking at here for you. We'll go into cloudy skies with showers as we finish out today and tonight, and that's how it will play out. But first, we also see, as we get deeper into the next couple of days, we're looking at thunderstorms, and of course, we have minor stage flooding on the way. So as we head out to look at what's going on for the day, you have, again, cool with some showers today, holding on to showers tonight, and maybe even a thunderstorm later on. That'll be well to our north as well. So that's talking Ladysmith and Eau Claire. More humid conditions working into tomorrow as well as we go right into Friday, I should say into the Saturday possibly. We'll hold on to Sky Tracker showing this fairly elongated rainfall starting to slowly but surely work its way into our area. And it's about 5 o'clock or so for the north portions of the area. And then also for us here locally in portions of La Crosse, we could see the possibility of some light showers, maybe even some sprinkles as we go through the late morning into the early afternoon and possibly all the way up to 4 o'clock. We'll also be seeing this, as you can see today, by 6. For your evening commute, you're looking at some spotty showers working into the area here for Eau Claire, Red Wing all the way down to Winona as well. You're also seeing Viroqua as well as Prairie du Chien getting a little bit of shower activity working through the forecast down to the south. Then we look at Friday, picking up some storm activity slowly to get here. Once we see by 4:55 in the overnight hours, that starts to work its way into the north, working in Eau Claire as well, eventually filling in bit by bit. As you can see, eventually you'll hold on to Friday by 8 a.m. is where the rain comes in and begins to dive down on us. La Crosse picks up that rainfall diving down. You see it going all the way down to the south and then falling apart slowly but surely. We'll see by Saturday picking up more of those showers. You can see coming out of the Twin Cities, working into La Crosse, a little heavier storm activity, the possibility of flooding activity also kind of carrying along with it. 1, 2, and 3 pieces of energy working through our area, then diving southward with another batch coming in for Saturday night, working in about 7 o'clock across La Crosse. You see that all the way out to Green Bay and eventually getting down to the south with some heavier batches. So that means as we go through Thursday and Saturday, we're looking at some pretty big rainfall batches. We're looking at least 4 to 5 inches of rainfall working into the area. Eventually, we'll see a spotty block here for us. It's again the flooding potential. It's not too severe for us. It is just minor flooding. As you can see, it's a slice of that working into the area here with some cool showers for today. We're looking at also 70s widespread, and that's very comfortable indeed, away from those 80s and the 90s, definitely. We'll see overnight temperatures, those lows getting into more comfortable conditions. Even though with storms on the way, you're seeing at least mid to upper 60s for us. We'll also be picking up 57 or so by Medford, but you're also looking at summertime working in today around 350, 351, 75 degrees for our highs today, 83 as we go into Friday and Saturday. You're looking at 84. Storm potential working into the forecast by the time we get into Sunday. More sunshine on the way and breezy conditions. Monday's looking fantastic as well. That's your forecast.
All right, Art, thank you. The time now is 6:22. Still ahead on your morning news. For the 38 million Americans living with diabetes, summer heat can be especially hard. Coming up in your morning medical news, we'll have some tips for managing diabetes in extreme heat.
Lots of Legion action last night, both on the baseball and softball diamonds, plus the Steam looking for their second win of the season. I'll have all that coming up on The Blitz.
Ever think how easy your life could be with a lift chair from King Furniture? We have a great selection of quality lift chairs to choose from. A lift chair will easily lift you into a standing position. A lift chair gives you the independence you want and the comfort you need. And King Furniture has lift chairs starting at just $7.99 in all kinds of fabrics and leathers. Go from standing to sitting to reclining all in one easy motion with an easy-to-use hand control. Improve your life. Improve the life of someone you love with a lift chair from King Furniture.
Hey, bowling fans, ground-pounding horsepower returns to Recreation Park June 20th, 21st, and 22nd for the 49th Annual Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals. Toma welcomes the National Tractor Pullers Association for 3 days of action-packed pulling on 2 tracks for 5 sessions of high-horsepower Grand National truck and tractor pulling. Tickets and more information available at TomaTractorPull.com. Again, go to TomaTractorPull.com for all the information you need. June 20th through 22nd, it's the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals, Recreation Park, Toma, Wisconsin. Be there.
Right now at Hy-Vee, get Tide laundry detergent for just $9.97 with the digital coupon. That's right, get Tide for just $9.97. Plus, get a 10-cent fuel saver. Digital coupons help you tackle your laundry for less and pack your pantry with more. Just clip to load coupons to your Hy-Vee Perks card. You'll find more than 100 digital coupons every week, like this Tide coupon for $3, making Tide just $9.97. Save with digital coupons when you shop in-store or online at Hy-Vee.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Enjoy one of our tasty steak patty sandwiches paired with a $2 medium-iced coffee.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is you, one place to the next. One more thing to check off the list. But stopping for 30 minutes? Well, that's just not an option. So that's why there's this, the News 8000 app. All your local news, plus a little bit beyond. So take a break when you want to.
Welcome to the Blitz. Busy night on the Diamonds here in the Cooley region last night, both for Legion baseball as well as softball. We'll start the show in West Salem. Post 51 playing host to Post 17 out of Arcadia. Pick it up, bottom 5, home side in front 1-0. So Makibo Anderson doubles that lead on that base knock. Still in the 5th, Anderson up to 3rd. Luke Baginski hits a towering fly ball to center. Plenty deep to bring in his teammate. Make it a 3-run cushion for West Salem. Then it's Taryn Bolin getting in on the fun. He pounds one into the ground, but hustles down the line for a hit and an RBI. Arcadia will finally get on the board. Following frame, Ben Lightfoot is going to shoot one in the 5-6 hole. Brings the Arcadia deficit to just 3. Later in the 6th, this pitch is going to get all the way to the backstop. Connor Weltzin is going to cross the plate to make it 4-2. That would be it for the visitors' bats in Game 1 as Post 51 takes it by 2. How about a burger and fries between games? Hungry kids there. Thumbs up. 2-hitter Luke Baginski up with a man on 3rd in the top of the 1st. Puts a charge into this one to center. Heck of a play out there by Maverick Dreskowski to make the catch. Does drive in a run though. Next hitter, Taryn Bolin rips one down the first base line. That's good enough for a double. He's loving it. But check this play out. Will Schmidt shoots one to the right side of the infield, but Max Sabata races over, gathers, sees Bolin heading for home, gets him. Wow, what a play there. He got him. Love that. Top of the 2nd now, Arcadia is going to respond. Austin Fernholz, base hit up the middle to score. Dreskowski even up to score. Post 17 gets the split as they win Game 2, 6-4. Let's go to Luther High for some Legion softball. Post 336 taking on West Salem for 2. Onalaska took Game 1, but a different story in Game 2. Josie Brudos, untouchable in the circle. Brudos striking out the side in order in the top of the 3rd. And then in the bottom of the inning, she can swing the bat as well. Brudos belts one to deep center field. That's going to find some grass out there. Leadoff double for Brudos. Then later in the inning, Grace Peterson is going to bring home a pair. She lines one in to left for a base hit. 2-run score. West Salem goes up 3-0. Post 51, not done. Sydney Larson's turn. She finds a hole on the right side. 2 more runs across the plate. It's 6-0, and Brudos back at it. Same inning, another base knock, and another run for West Salem. Post 51 pulls away as they get the split 13-0 the final in Game 2. Steam looking to snap their 4-game skid last night. They were taking on Minot. Lacrosse beating up on those Honeybees. Bottom 6, Steam up 8. Still showing some hustle. Rachel Morey beats it out at first. And she's pumped up. That scores another run for Lacrosse. Steam snapped that 4-game skid as they get their second win of the season, 10-3, the final score. That's going to do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
It's the summer sale at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale. Get up to 30% off regular prices. This Leslie sofa is just $9.99, and this Spindrift dining set is $12.99. Get savings throughout the showroom during the summer sale at Home Furniture.
How did CEO Eric Hovde become a multimillionaire California banker? Let's take a look. Hovde's family rigged the system to rake in $30 million in government subsidies and loans. And now he's sheltering his wealth in shady tax havens around the world. So it's no surprise Hovde supports more tax cuts for corporations and millionaire bankers like himself, while working families pay the price. That's bank CEO Eric Hovde. Never been on our side. Never will be. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
For over 40 years, Blood Cross Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Don't let banking be stressful. Union State Bank is a family-owned bank at the forefront of technology. Our mobile app lets you manage your finances on your time. Deposit a check, pay bills, manage your debit card, transfer funds, and receive real-time alerts. We bring banking to the palm of your hand so you can easily track your account wherever life takes you. At one of our locations or on the go, Union State Bank puts you first. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Have you ever had to move? It's brutal. Why do we have so much stuff? Well, at Chrysler Winona, we're moving, and we're trying to pack light by throwing out some great deals. A lightly used 23 Grand Cherokee L with third row, heated seats, and remote start is just $38,990. Or pre-owned Chrysler Pacifica with heated leather and seating for 7 starting at just $23,990. So come see us before we move at Chrysler Winona, downtown Winona.
During the 4th of July mattress sale at Home Sleep Express, get $500 off Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses and a $300 shopping cart with free white glove delivery and a 120-night guarantee. Tempur-Pedic, now at Home Sleep Express.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, an expert says parents should let go of guilt over letting their kids use smartphones and social media more than developmental psychologists say they should. In a recent study, researchers found parents who feel guilty about their kids' screen use are more stressed and less likely to report positive relationships with their kids. The research also suggested it's important to take a closer look at the science behind claims about the negative impact of screens. Today, thousands of kids and parents are set to take part in the 15th anniversary of the world's largest swimming lesson. According to the CDC, drowning is the single leading cause of death in children ages 1 to 4. Research shows formal swimming lessons can reduce that risk of up to 88%. More drownings happen in June than any other month of the year. If you'd like to participate, visit WLSL.org for a full list of locations. More than 38 million Americans are estimated to have diabetes this time of year. As temperatures rise, it's especially important for those with this disease to be careful, as experts say they can actually feel the heat more than people who aren't diabetic. Mandy Gaither has ways to manage diabetes in the heat.
Extreme heat can be hard on everyone, but experts say it's especially dangerous for those with diabetes.
Patients with diabetes have to be really careful in the heat to really think even more than they normally do about the direction of their blood sugar.
Dr. Bithika Thompson with Mayo Clinic says sweating can make you dehydrated, which affects the body's ability to normalize blood sugar. In a diabetic patient, that can make sugar levels in the blood get dangerously low or high.
So it's kind of a slippery slope there where it makes you quite ill.
Thompson says those with diabetes can protect against extreme heat, check blood sugar levels often, maintain good hydration, stay indoors during the hottest part of the day, but make sure you're still getting some physical activity.
You need to have a plan to keep yourself active because you don't want to get through the summer months without any significant activity and have that, be a risk to you and your overall health with your diabetes.
Heat can also affect diabetes supplies, equipment, and medication too. Thompson says to make sure you don't keep them in a hot car, follow instructions from a doctor or on the label on how to store it.
The CDC says those with diabetes shouldn't let the heat stop you from taking supplies or medication when you go out. Instead, keep insulin and other medicines in a cooler if you're traveling. They say don't put insulin directly on ice or on a gel pack. Wisconsin's Republican candidate for Senate toured a La Crosse County dairy farm yesterday. Eric Hovde joined 3rd Congressional District Representative Derek Van Orden for a tour of Morningstar Dairy in Bryce Prairie. Hovde is running against incumbent Democrat Tammy Baldwin. Both Republicans say federal agencies are over-regulating farms like this one.
I think John's comment was, if they could just get out of my way, I can run my farm very effectively. Of course, we all need a certain level of regulations. But when you start looking at the regulations that EPA or DNR or whatever, the lists are so long and so extensive, it's hard to even keep up.
Hovde and Van Orden advocated for farm bills that support small, medium, and large farms. Van Orden and the rest of the House Ag Committee passed a $1.5 trillion farm bill last month. That has a long way to go before it becomes law. Yesterday was Juneteenth, a day commemorating when slaves in Texas were freed 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. Nationally, it has been celebrated as a federal holiday since 2021, and yesterday, people in Winona continued a tradition with the 4th annual Juneteenth Jubilee. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall was there to experience it.
D'Angelo Carson has never been to Winona's Juneteenth celebration. Carson sees the holiday as a day of equality.
We all equal. Like everybody is, we are who we is. You who you are, I am who I am.
Today, folks gathered at Wyndham Park to celebrate what is also known as Freedom Day. Our Voices founder, LaShara Morgan, wants people to know it's about more than cookouts, entertainment, and a day off.
We want this to be an educational day, not see this as a day off, like I said earlier. We want this to be a day the community comes together and learn more about what the meaning of this holiday really is.
Morella Cunningham is the founder of Residents Organizing Against Racism, a group that reduces and eliminates racism in Winona. She says students should learn more about Juneteenth in school.
I went through public school, my kids went through public school, and we'd never heard of Juneteenth until probably the last 10 years. Things like celebrating the successes of African Americans and other groups of color are not recognized.
Just like Cunningham, Morgan hopes people learn more about the holiday even when it's over.
I'm hoping that this is not the end of it, though. I hope people leave here talking to their families about this, talking to their loved ones about this, talking to the kids about this.
In Winona, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now this morning.
If you didn't get the chance to enjoy Juneteenth celebrations yesterday, there'll be another Jubilee this weekend at Riverside Park in La Crosse. The time now is 6:37. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect for our morning commute.
All right, plenty of sunshine for everybody to start. In some cases, but the clouds will slowly but surely work into the forecast area and working from north to south. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover coming in the form of rainfall and spotty showers for the better part of the day. And we're talking light showers indeed. Let's take a quick look here as we get into it. As you can see, temperatures are going to be pretty much in the 60s to start out for the 9 o'clock hour. Then once we go deeper into at least 10 o'clock, you're going to see upper 60s working here locally, and then showers start to move in for La Crosse. We'll also see the clouds begin to increase slowly but surely. And then we have a few showers coming in at the 12 o'clock hour. 70s come in, low 70s for us. We're also going to be seeing, at least by the time we get into the 2 o'clock hour, 73 degrees. Looking pretty good with showers, though, here for La Crosse, and cloudy skies still holding on for areas in Eau Claire. All right, so once we get deeper in the 4 o'clock hour, you have some showers moving in for La Crosse still, and then cloudy conditions for areas in Eau Claire. Eau Claire will start to pick up more of those showers working into the forecast for them as we go deeper into the the evening hours for the evening commute. I'll have more about your forecast coming up in just a bit for you. We have the Buzz Report, though. We're looking at coming up in the morning, though. The Buzz Report showing Naomi Campbell is bringing style to London's Victoria Albert Museum in an exhibition that is first of its kind. More of the solo models exhibition after the break.
Make dinner good tonight with Hardee's new tender platters. Crunchy, juicy chicken dipped in buttermilk and hand-breaded, served with garlic toast, fries, slaw, and an ice-cold drink. Delicious, down to the very last crumb. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Sit on this, sit on that, sit on this, hey, sit on that, sit on this, sit on that.
King Furniture has thousands of items in stock and ready for immediate delivery. You can see it, buy it, and enjoy your new furniture in your home today.
Sit on this, sit on that.
A storm damage message from Knutson Roofing. If the roof on your home, business, church, or school was damaged by recent storms, call your local roof repair expert, Knutson Roofing at 715-ROOFING. Trust a local company with thousands of references to fix your roof, not the drive-through town companies that show up after a storm. Knutson Roofing, local, dependable. Did we say local? Call 715-ROOFING today.
At Driven to Clean, our goal is fast, efficient cleaning of your trash bins and dumpsters. Our high-powered wash system and autonomous trucks kill almost 99% of all bin bacteria, using 200-degree pressurized water to blast away germs and residue. We come the day after trash or recycling pickup for residential services and pre-schedule for commercial. Once completed, you'll have the cleanest bins around. Check out our plans and pricing at driventoclean.com.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
After further review, we've seen so much goodness in these games. Hardee's is giving away free, crispy, juicy hand-breaded chicken tenders from June 18th through the 30th when you download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. That's Hardee's. Goodness in the making.
Well, a gorgeous start to your day. Good morning to you. We do have some light showers working into the area and some sprinkles to start your late morning to the early afternoon, and then possibly maybe even a rumble of a thunderstorm working to the north as you get deeper into Eau Claire. Why do I say that? Because we've got some heavy rain potential on the way. It has been pretty much slowed down by some drier air that has been funneling through. That's why we're seeing some really good skies right now. Cool conditions with some showers today, showers tonight though. Maybe a thunderstorm rumble still holding on to the forecast for you, especially up in the north by Eau Claire. Then more humid conditions work into your area as well. And we'll also be seeing storms coming in for Friday, and those will mostly be in the overnight going into Saturday. And then we'll see more widespread rainfall on Saturday as well. That dry slot you can see kind of working in and filling in eventually, and then the rainfall sneaks in for today. You're going to be seeing temperatures in the 70s. Pretty comfortable indeed than what we've been seeing over the last several days going into the early portion of this week. And we'll also see Sky Tracker showing you Thursday today getting into the evening. We'll fill in those clouds once you get deeper into the evening by 8 o'clock into the middle portion of your evening. You'll see more of those showers starting to sneak in from the south and of course from the north, and eventually slowly but surely gets over into Ladysmith and Eau Claire with a big batch of rainfall coming in the overnight hours for Friday. Then you'll see eventually that kind of sneaky peeking in a little bit closer to La Crosse. Slowly but surely, you'll see that kind of moving in Friday by 9 a.m. And that's going to dive down for us and really just kind of push that rainfall down to the south. It'll do it again by Saturday at the midnight hour and then continue in about 6 a.m. in the morning on Saturday, diving down past La Crosse. We've got 1, we've got 2, possibly 3, but that third one may just dive right over Waterloo and they get back down to the south with another batch on the way. So that's how that all looks for you. Rainfall is going to be about 3 to about 5 inches of rainfall, and it's going to be a lot, so we could see some minor flooding in some cases. So not much of a gully washer, but still the potential for the flooding potential not out of the question. We'll also be seeing as we get deeper into this, you'll also hold on to the highs for today. You're looking at some showers, as I've mentioned here, and it's going to be cool. You're looking at those 70s, pretty comfortable indeed. We'll also be seeing the overnight lows holding on to at least the possibility of some upper 60s and maybe even some middle 60s, getting a little bit cooler as you get deeper up into the north there by those upper 50s by Ladysmith. And in fact, you'll be seeing summertime today, 350. We'll also hold on to 75 degrees for your high today, picking up that rainfall for La Crosse. We'll see some on the north shore or north portions of the area as well, getting up to 80% chances for Friday and Saturday. That's what I was talking about with that gully washer portion of that. We'll see the potential for flooding, holding on to 83 to 84 degrees with more sunshine coming in for the beginning of next week as well. You can see to end out your weekend. So it's going to be pretty nice for everybody. Get out and enjoy it if you can.
In our Morning Buzz report, Naomi Campbell brings her style and runway walk to London's V&A this week in a new exhibition that the museum says is the first of its kind dedicated to a solo model. The exhibition displays about 80 dresses, garments, photos, and items that help celebrate her 40-year career. The Naomi in Fashion exhibition opens Saturday at London's Victoria and Albert Museum. Netflix is looking to expand its presence from the digital world to the real one. The streaming pioneer is opening massive entertainment venues in Dallas and Philadelphia called Netflix Houses. They're more than 100,000 square feet. Inside, visitors will find elaborate experiences, themed gift shops, and restaurants based on Netflix content. Some analysts worry it'll be tough to attract repeat business unless the attractions are updated regularly.
When she sets her mind to something, there's no stopping her. She doesn't eat, she doesn't sleep. She just keeps that laser focus until the task is done. I'm Thelma.
June Squibb stars in Thelma. She plays Thelma, a 93-year-old scam victim, determined to get her money back from con artists. The movie comes to theaters starting Friday.
So the labyrinth's a piece of cake, is it? Well, let's see how you deal with this little slice.
Goblin City is coming to North America. Jim Henson's Labyrinth in Concert fuses the 1986 fantasy film with live music on stage. A 30-city North American tour launches September 24th, Henson's birthday. Tickets are already available. The Milwaukee show will be October 13th. All right, lots to check out there. And before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, and away we go. Sterling is turning 8 years old today. He loves to swim, fish, and bike. You know, or ride his dirt bike, I should say.
And Lorna is turning 80 today. She loves to sew.
And how about Marlene? She's turning 88 years young, and she loves being around her family, gardening, and she still works at 48 hours a week. Yikes.
As a nurse, yes.
As a nurse,
so
yeah.
Impressive.
Way to help out folks.
Yeah, yes, thank you, and happy birthday. And Anne is turning 98 today. She loves to cook, clean, and entertain her 17 children. 17 children.
I know ladies like that too. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 weeks or 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. Time now is 6:47. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your morning news now is coming up next.
Our series, we call it Facing Fertility. This morning, we're taking a close look at the costly procedure for a woman to freeze her eggs for a future pregnancy. We'll show you a very unique program that could help make this treatment more affordable to those who need it most. That would be a good thing. Plus, we'll also have the second part of our look at how California is reshaping its prison system to prioritize rehabilitation over punishment. We'll show you an initiative that aims to teach inmates everything from sign language to what I want to learn to do too, coding. And in honor of this June's Pride Month, we're exploring the unique history and evolution of that rainbow pride flag and how far that symbol has come. There she flies. We'll see you 7 o'clock straight up.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes mattress sale is going on now. Save up to $500 on select mattresses. Plus, pay 0% interest for 5 years with no minimum purchase on all in-store purchases. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Reed and Chelsea along with you. And you're like, man, what a shame it all. And I said, Chelsea, it's summer though. And you can agree to do things when they get to you first. Like in February, when you're shack wacky, you're like, absolutely, we'll go do that. And then you get to July, and you're like, I wish we had a break. I wish we had a weekend that we had a break.
I need a moment.
We don't live in a state or an area where you have 9 months of the year.
No.
That's what you get with it.
There's a beauty to it, though, Reed.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet.
For over 40 years, Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Ashley's Stars and Stripes mattress sale is going on now. Don't miss these mattress hot buys, now only $7.99. And get a free adjustable base upgrade with an Align by Ashley Sleep mattress purchase. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Welcome to the party. We all make this show together. You guys, this is our show. You just never know who you're gonna meet here. You can feel the energy in this room. Every single person needs to be included in these conversations. Let's do this! Let's make everyone's day a little brighter.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8. See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com. Celebrating 70 years, we're News 8 Now.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for your morning news now. Starting with a quick travel alert for you. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is advising westbound Interstate 90 is closed at Highway C at this hour, still closed due to a semi-rollover crash. You can see the traffic here. It doesn't appear to have moved much since we last checked. The agency advises that if you do need to go this way, take Highway C to Highway 12 to get around it. The agency estimates the interstate will be closed for more than 2 hours. If it does open before then, we will let you know. Happening today, the Minnesota Department of Transportation warning of traffic delays on the new Highway 61 bridge over the Canadian Pacific Railway today and tomorrow from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Crews will transport and set 9 new support beams. Flaggers will reduce traffic to 1 lane as each semi arrives. The road will shut down for about 5 minutes while each beam is laid into position, then reopened until the next truck arrives. An Eau Claire woman is in custody for helping a homicide suspect avoid capture. Eau Claire police say 54-year-old Candace Rogers was charged with harboring homicide suspect Jerome Jacobs in her vehicle. He is wanted for a shooting in Madison. Eau Claire police say they pulled Jacobs over last week and he ran to a wooded area. Jacobs then met Rogers on Water Street where she hid him in her car and drove off. The search for Jacobs is still on. He is believed to be armed. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. A panel of UW La Crosse professors heard arguments on whether former Chancellor Joe Gao should be stripped of his tenure. Gao has already lost the chancellor position for appearing in online pornography with his wife, but he's held on to his role as a tenured faculty member. In the first day of the hearing yesterday, 5 witnesses were called.
Fundraising is, as you know, about how people feel about the university. And there have been significant hits to how people feel about the university because of all the press associated with this and because of the nature of the work that you and Carmen have been involved in.
Gao also testified. Day 2 of the hearing starts today. Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a new partnership pact that replaces previous agreements signed in 1961 and the early 2000s. A spokesperson said the need for the comprehensive strategic partnership was due to the evolving geopolitical situation in the world and region and bilateral ties between the two nations. A full copy has not been released, but the spokesperson says the pact will comply with international law, won't be directed at any specific countries, and aims to ensure stability in the Northeast Asia region. The U.S. has reattached a problematic pier designed to help deliver aid to Gaza. On June 14th, the pier was temporarily dismantled due to a bad weather and rough seas. 2 officials say the pier has since been re-anchored. The Pentagon says the pier has allowed the delivery of 3,500 metric tons of aid. Wisconsin's Republican candidate for Senate toured a La Crosse County dairy farm yesterday. Eric Hovde joined 3rd Congressional District Representative Derek Van Orden for a tour of Morningstar Dairy in Bryce Prairie. Hovde is running against incumbent Democrat Tammy Baldwin. Both Republicans say federal agencies are over-regulating farms like Morningstar.
I think John's comment was, if they could just get out of my way, I can run my farm very effectively. Of course, we all need a certain level of regulations. But when you start looking at the regulations that EPA or DNR or whatever, the lists are so long and so extensive, it's hard to even keep up.
Hovde and Van Orden advocated for farm bills that support small, medium, and large farms. Van Orden and the rest of the Ag Committee passed a $1.5 trillion farm bill last month, but it has a long way to go before becoming law.
All right, away we go. Take a quick look here to the left of your screen, getting into La Crosse here. You can see a little patchy fog out in the distance. Just want to let you know that. There's also some pretty good temperatures holding on as well, 61 to 58 degrees. You're going to see today 75 degrees expected with some showers on the way for La Crosse going right through the afternoon. Then we have by Friday and Saturday more rain and showers across the region. We're looking at middle 80s and then lower conditions by Sunday. Monday's looking pretty good though. Fantastic day, 85 degrees, and humidity for Tuesday up to 90 degrees.
Always nice to have a good Monday in there. Ease the end of the weekend, right? And while many Americans are suffering from a record early heat wave, now is the perfect time to cool off with a frosty drink because today is National Vanilla Milkshake Day. Surprisingly, milkshakes got their start as an alcoholic drink. The first reference in print was in 1885, and it featured a concoction made of cream, eggs, and whiskey. Eventually, vanilla ice cream was added, and by the 1930s, it was a hit in malt shops everywhere. First day of summer, perfect day for a milkshake too, right? Oh, you did. You're celebrating. Thank you, Art, and thank you for joining us this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your day.